Oh, I'm muted? Oh, shit. Hello. Yeah. Okay, anyway, what did I say? About the class quiz on Druid. I'm not 100% sure actually about the offerings. Might be that you still have to get them, but it's super fast now. You get like insane amounts. Super quick, so. It was apparently one-sided. I have some more plans to go through and stuff, so I think we should do that. Azure FTB is one of those for sure. The 2 Druid planners, the lunge, because I'm gonna play those for sure. Evening, guys. Not sure what to start tomorrow, Spiritborn or Sorc. Well, I mean, Sorc has like one hype build, which is Hydra. And then it has a bit of Chain Lightning and a bit of Meteor. But on Spiritborn you have, well, you have the Balazan stuff, which is arguably pretty similar between the different variants, but they do feel a bit different and stuff if you want to like pivot. There's stuff like Evade. Generally, Spiritborn is pretty decent, I'd say. Going to start season start Polarize. Let's go. I was kind of tempted actually. What's the Flash Runner build that's not published yet? Nah, I guess they're probably still finalizing it. I'm not sure if it's Boiler or Danger doing it. But yeah, Flash Render. This used to be called a Singer Druid. You might find some old videos or something. Yeah, it's this item. So you basically scale this to the moon. You poison them up, you have a lot of willpower. And then you spam defensive skills. Which I think is mostly done with Bulwark these days. It used to be done with Debilitating Roar. From Endcon advice and speed farming, which performs better, Spiritborn or Sorc? Yeah. Spiritborn has it easier to push higher, to progress into Torment 4. And at the very least, if Evade has a pretty competitive speed farming build that will be on the pace of Sorcs, I guess, even late game. Sorcs is generally kind of like a late game heavy class. Also going to spam Evade for leveling? Yeah, that's the plan. ETA on a Spiritborn leveling build? Evade. I know Chronix is working on it today, and today is almost over, so any moment from now, I guess. Any best for semi-casual playstyle? I haven't played last seasons. I think Hydra, Mini Necro, they're pretty chill, pretty strong. He was working on stuff on stream. Yeah, okay, so I'm sure Chronix is up to exactly, but... What is that badge that I see here on the YouTube chat? Hello, guys. Which Spiritborn build will be the strongest? Actually, we have 4 now. I quickly snuck in the Crushing Hand version as well. So now we have those. And I mean, generally the tier lists are ranked, you know, like this. 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and so on. So I think that this might be strongest, but it might also be this. It's kind of hard to say exactly, to be honest. And, you know, we might see like some of them push a little bit higher or lower. I think that Thrash might be the weakest out of those four. But the other three, I can't really tell, to be honest. So... Then we will just make one Spiritborn guide with 15 variants. It will depend on what they will do. So, at some point they will have to either change Jaguar Hall or at least fix it over dipping. And when that happens, basically this will be the survivor. And the others will be kinda whatever. So... the best speed pit blaster for XP. Yeah, I think that will be evade. Until, you know, Sorc catches up, basically. Shadow fix Jaguar Hall. Yeah. I mean, even if that happens, which is unlikely, but it could happen. We might still see one or two of these setups in S tier, actually. It's pretty good, but yeah, we'll see. Poison Stormclaw Druid will be good. I don't know, man. I think we need a truck of copium, and then maybe. No Barbards in S and A, yes. No Rogues in S either. Although we have pretty close. This, so. We have a video on Hydra. I will make one, but I haven't made it yet. I just finished recording the Balazan Spiritborn stuff. Yeah, I kind of put out fewer videos than I wanted to at this point. But yeah, I will definitely make a Hydra video. Something about Rogues with the Azure stuff for sure. Probably Death Trap. Polarize. So yeah, I want to do a bunch more build guides on YouTube for tomorrow mostly, I guess. Hydra Sorc only right at the top of A tier. Oh no. Terrible. Why do I think other tier lists have Polarize hitting S? Well, because they somehow source more copium than us, I guess. We do have a lot of that. But I guess other people are just, you know, I don't know, they have some good dealers. The pure copium, man. They have the good stuff, you know. Why, Enquiries? What's going on there? Is Polarize good? Yeah, it's like alright at the very least. So we have it here. We'll see exactly. It's kind of hard to predict right now because we don't know exactly the mechanics of the new unique. So we have to see, but it looks like it's a big upgrade at least. 38-hour stream or nothing? Well, we'll see. What's the synergy? Is it hard to play? Nah, Hydra's not hard to play. It's very chill. You teleport, cast a Hydra, teleport, cast a Hydra. It's actually like a pretty low APM thing. And in between you do some Inferno casts, basically. Touch of Death second in S tier. I mean, there's like this lag Spiritborn build. Actually, I'm not sure if Chronix put it in the guide. I think we discussed this, and he might have it. The Lagborn. He doesn't actually. I'll ask him about it. But yeah, this is a build where you actually don't play Touch of Death anymore, but instead you go with the unique glove, the Touch of the Crazed God, and you just proc Touch of Death through Quill Volley. but it's like a giga laggy build, and it's actually pretty strong. It's actually the highest pushing build on the Spiritborn in Season 8 right now. And it does push pretty high, but it's definitely not second. So we have it here. There's basically like the pure TOD, and then there's like this lag build. But yeah, either way, I mean, it's pretty strong, but it's like not second, I'd say. Oh, Shadowblade Necro is out now, turns out. Last time I saw this hitless, actually, this was not ready yet. But it's basically just like dots proccing the key passive. It's like the old school. Was it actually Infinimus, basically? No mention of Rake. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, basically, you can do Banazan, like many different variants. So these are kind of like the best ones, and they have like a reason to exist, and there's like, you know, some little perks and disadvantages for each of them. Technically, you can put like anything Banazan there, right? If you really want, we can do like a, you know, we can take Stinger, which is down here. We can make a Banazan Stinger build. That would be better than this. But, you know, it would be a like a pretty noticeable downgrade to those, so it would be, I don't know, maybe here or something. And at that point, I'm like, okay, I'd rather just like preserve the build and don't dilute it further, right? And stuff like that. They can do the same thing with like any of the core skills or any of the basic skills. If we really want to play a certain skill, you do the whole Balazan combo that we have and just play that skill, and some of them have more or less synergy. At least these are synergetic, let's say. So. Yeah, I'm not sure when the Flash Renegade is coming, but I guess soon TM. If you consider Balazan to be all one build, yeah, I mean, there's definitely an argument to just say, okay, this is like all the same stuff, because there is, you know, like 95% overlap or something. So I wrote the Balazan Quill version. This was like the original guide, basically. And then we just copy-pasted this 3 times and made some adjustments, and that was mostly it. So. So if you have one of them, you have all of them almost. So there's like some tweaks and so on. Evade strong enough to speed farm pit to 300. Yeah, evade is extremely good for Paragon. A poison shred. Is this with Rabid Bear and Diablo for what? I'm not 100% sure like what's the play for Shred these days, but I know that Grizzly Rage is definitely the play on almost everything on Druid. I'm not really sure about Waxing Gibbous, I gotta say. Waxing Gibbous does not seem like the play. Do you use Bulwark? Yeah. Like, is it true that you can trigger Wild Heart boots with Q rune? I think so, right? I heard something about that, but I actually haven't tried that. But yeah, it seems like a solid setup. I'm just not sure about the weapon. This is fine. Yes, okay. Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, this definitely seems like a good synergy here. Overall. 20 attack speed. Do you need that badly? You're like giga overcapped here, by the way, on attack speed. Just saying. So you probably want to go with the life. Or put like the second thing somewhere else. Okay, 50 crit. Breaking stealth with an attack. Is there like any other stealth trigger? Monique Sun, okay. Tom Q. Well, there's Well of Crit here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that seems fine. Variable attack speed is capped too, so I can probably try to get more of that and actually cap out cap too. Now you have best rampage, okay, it's a lot. 30, 80, yeah, okay, so you don't actually need much. Yeah, it seems fine. Dominate. What's the uptime on this? Morning Sun. Should be very high uptime, probably like a quarter to a third uptime. So this is probably fine. In the tier list, it's mostly about the highest pits, yeah, yes. So it's mostly about the power. I mean, overall, Hydra is a very solid build and very good all-rounder and stuff like that. It just kind of, works. You can go really fast later, I think. So, we have it pretty high up there, but it's not, the instant deleting stuff as easily. It doesn't go like to the highest clears and so on, so. What was the most fun? But I'm definitely excited to play these. Especially Rake and Crush, I think. So I'm probably focusing on those. And then I'm gonna do that for sure. And Sean is gonna be fun. I'm excited for Polarize. Twisting Blades probably. Gonna do some Hydra. I wanna try some Razor Wings. That definitely got some nice upgrades. But yeah, I'm gonna do Razor Wings a bit later when I have my stuff kind of figured out. Mostly all. I mean, there's lots of fun builds in this game. I've played many of them, multiple times in some cases, but... So Rake stronger than Quill? Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, but they're all pretty close, so we'll see. Can I do a full hardcore tutorial guide video? Like window decision, gems, aspects, and such? Maybe. I'll think about something. But I'm gonna roll first. Now I'll start Evade into one of the Battlezone builds. Any good all-round rogue build besides DT? I think like the pen shot and the twisting blades are definitely that. They're pretty strong. They fly in speed farming. It's just that you need the Azarath and like a kind of good one at that. And then you kind of like, you scale a lot for the late game with certain stats. Lucky hit and attack speed in particular. So it might be a bit of a slog to get there, but once you get an Ancestral Azarath, you're probably fine. Hi Bastard, how's it going? Any chance that Songcloud Druid will be playable this season after all the buffs? I mean, if it is, it's probably somewhere in this territory here. Maximum. So that will mostly depend on how much are they changing the pit scaling. It could very well be that, they change the pit scaling so much that even these builds here will do like a pit 100 or some shit. And in that case, yeah, of course, you can play anything. But we don't know, so... I would not Pearl. Crushing Hand is the tanky variation. Yeah, Crushing Hand, if you want to play Balazan, Crushing Hand is the tankiest. So that's very good for hardcore as well. Which hardcore class is the best? Rogue. How can Shadowblight be S tier push and D for bossing? Yeah, I guess it probably has a bit of like ramping. Not I'm so sure, I guess you have to ask Macro. Always picked Razor Wings for you, so it's gonna be a starter. Oh boy. Okay, good luck with Razor Wings. I mean, Razor Wings is probably gonna be pretty okay, at least. You know, we have it here. It did get some pretty big buffs. Actually, let me check out the setup a little bit. I'm definitely gonna play it, but I'm not gonna start with this. I think it's gonna be a bit of a struggle to like progress this. But I mean, you have a starter variant and stuff, so maybe. Things need to get cooldowns and stuff. He has vital strikes actually. Oh, he's running the Sunstained Walker, is he? Okay. What? Ah, this is the new aspect. It doesn't exist yet. Okay. Doing Shroud and Prodigy here. Okay. Actually seems fairly comfy with Prodigy, Gorilla Main Hall. Just like perma counter attack. Yeah, I haven't actually cooked Razor Wings, so this looks solid though. And we're not gonna play the Spiral thing. I'm very excited about that. Because I didn't really find the Spiral stuff very interesting. Polarized White Tables over Wild Heart Hunger. Yeah, I need to change this. I haven't actually updated this yet. We're probably gonna do Wild Heart here as well. I mean, you can do both, technically. This ballistic thing is kind of whatever, but I guess we're gonna do Use and Horror on one of these, right? So it's probably gonna be Wild Heart. Oh, what? One sec. So far? Fly or something, I don't know. Surprised me though. Okay, just bring the cube back. I mean, that would have definitely been a more successful season theme than whatever they made now, I guess. And would have been kind of on point with the overall idea. How would I adjust the S and A tier for console players? Oh, good question. I guess Quill probably has it the hardest here with, like out of those four at least. This is pretty chill, this is even more chill, this is fine. Bloodwave? I think doesn't need much. This probably also doesn't need much. Yeah, Pen Shot is gonna be tough. Hydra is fine. This is fine. This is tough. This is fine. This is fine. I don't know. I don't know. This is fine. This is fine. This is tough. Yeah, so stuff like that. Yeah, season 8 was pretty short because they had a longer season 7 and they just like went back to normal schedule now basically. TB Rogue start on PSN, it's very easy to go as a starter. Yeah, Twisted Blades is definitely a good starter as well. It's decent leveling, and then you can transition to the Azure stuff later. Okay guys, I need to do some more planners. Plannering, even. So one thing about Pulverize is, do we care about Wild Heart Hunger actually? We have user in strength, and user in strength is kind of big. 30 life, 20 damage, and 100% overpower. And all our damage overpowers. So I'm not sure if Wild Heart Hunger can actually beat that. I mean, you're gonna get 90% damage and 80% attack speed, that's a lot to be fair. And life no longer grants us damage with overpowers. So the times 2.4 from Urzine. There we have a 1.9 and then a lot of attack speed. How much attack speed? How much would that do? What did we have? 73. Okay, we would get something like 80% extra here. So 150 bonus, 250 total. So it would be something like a 40 to 50% attack rate buff, I guess. Let's say 1.45. And then we have a Tibalt's here. And here we lose a rune setup, and here we have a rune setup. What is that? Bug jar. I mean, okay. Can be Ohm or whatever. So just for like another rune that you get for free, kind of, you could maybe throw in like another, let's say, times 1.12 or something. So I'm not sure if like for Pulverize you really want to go the Wild Heart Hunger route. Now I guess there's one advantage if you do this, which is you have more attack speed, so you can kind of just like set up faster. You walk in, you do like pull, walk, pull, walk, pull, walk, you have all of your things instantly, and then you just like start blasting into the pool. It's like boom, 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 boom. Right? So that is kind of nice. Where with less attack speed that will take a little bit longer. I guess the other advantage is that there's not such a big gap between overpower and not overpower, because we don't have that. But I mean, we don't really care about the supporting Nightbringer, so it's fine, I think. At the very least, it doesn't seem like a massive gap that I can see right now between Wild Heart and Tibalt's, for example. It's also this pretty good defense, to be fair. Like, and you have 30% more life, and you get potentially 40% DR. And here you get nothing. And you even lose the boots that have potentially life. Where, okay, you have heightened senses a little bit on Wild Heart, right? So for other builds where you don't have guaranteed overpowers, it's probably fine to go Bestial with Grizzly Rage. Like Earthspike, for example. I might do that. What do we have here? Hectic. Ballistic. Yeah, I mean, this is whatever, right? We don't care. So I also have Urzine, but I think we're actually gonna put Bestial here. And this more attack speed will also make it make it more consistent, right? Because you have more attacks, so you get more Obsidian Stamp procs. I mean, it does also lose some synergy from provocation. The faster you attack, the worse this becomes. But realistically, most of the overpowers come from Obsidian Slam, so it's okay. And then I would say, fine. We go Bestial, we attack more often, and the overpowers are not that important anymore. And that probably makes sense. Like, we have nothing really useful on these boots. No armor, no res, no utility temper that matters, no aspect, right? So you can literally just do it for free, just get Wild Heart Hunger. And Bestial, and that's it. And the build is tanky anyway. You're playing Bear, you're not dying, so it's fine. Using strength boots. This is Earth Spike I'm talking about here. This was Pulf. I just compared the two here. On Pulf, where everything overpowers, I think Usign is probably the play. But in other builds where not everything overpowers, and you actually deal a bit of damage with other stuff, I think you go Bestial, Bestial, Rampage. Actually, what are the Seer, Cry, Naguk, San? Yeah, we have a bit more. I'm not sure if I'm even gonna do this, but maybe. Seer, Cry. This is kind of whatever, I think. We don't need this. You can put Q and that's it. Why is Poison Bee using Poison Trap gloves? It's not for the Poison Trap itself, it's to get the benefits. So you get like the guaranteed imbuement reset, and you get like a 50% non-physical buff. So that's mostly why. Is it a priority to get Harlequin for endgame evade? Depends on the exact setup, but yeah, Harlequin Crest makes it very comfy, at least. I think I'll do this, what I just explained. So first of all, Usign Horror is not here. Shockwave, we have Shockwave, Pork, Rabbit Bear, Retaliation, so this would be, what is it called? Changeling. And then this is going to become Usign. I'm just going to remove this right now because you can't actually do this currently. And then we also removed this temper here, we put a polarized size. Same here. I don't think I really have to do much else, to be honest. Because I already expected it would fix Rainbow Bear, so I just kept it. I already expected it would allow us to include Shockwave, so I just kept it. So I guess it comes down to, do we put Shockwave on the amulet or not? We have to try that. Could be that we move this, but that's it. I think otherwise this is fine. Mythic. Yeah, this is Gonski, I guess. Yo. Hey guys. Thanks for the raid, Connex. How was your cooking session? People are waiting for the evade leveling build. Where is it? While I'm busy cooking some Druid here. There's a sweet poison Stormclaw build being cooked up right now by a really good Druid player. Oh, I believe it when I see it. But maybe. It's published for 10 hours. Oh shit. Do we have the wrong link? Because I think it's not showing. Oh, it is showing actually, never mind. Someone was telling me it wasn't there. Okay. Guys, press F5. It's here. Learn how to fly in this guide. That's what I'm gonna play tomorrow. One guide. Beautiful guides this morning. Yeah, I mean 10 hours is a long time actually. All good then. Are you ready, Chronix? Yeah, we're going to do group leveling tomorrow, by the way, with Chronix, Condis, and Panda. Max full team. Hardcore. We love that leveling. Yeah, it's nice for sure. I also like played it. Actually, I have like my character somewhere chilling in like Torment 2 right now. I went all the way. Hello, Arbaya. Where's Blight? What happened with Blight? Something missing there? Don't we have Blight? Season 9? What's the issue? Oh, you mean like for leveling? Let's see, Necro. Minion, Blood Surge, Sever, Blight. Also Season 9? Hi, Kirin. Condes is exercising with Spiritborn currently. Porg. Are there gonna be like 4 Spiritborns? I'm not sure what Panda is going to play, but he usually plays all classes, so he should have, you know, decent understanding of Spiritborn, and he might just start with it. But I think he usually starts with Sorc, so we'll see. Maybe it wouldn't be so bad to just have like a Sorc for Fireball enchant in the team. 4 Spiritborns, perfectly balanced. Just a train of a great, yeah. Yeah, I think Panda is usually on Sorc. But yeah. Sorc also has really good builds for leveling, so it's fine. Okay, let me fix those planners here. So we have Pulf. First of all, do this, and we delete that. Then we do like an ancestor variant, basically. How's that Paragon looking? I think I might have yoinked this from the guide previously, or did I make this? I'm not sure. I think I yoinked it. Let me just check if I like this. Headhunter. Okay. Okay, how's our armor? Do we have pots? 42, Red Mines, you think? Okay. This is fine. We have her here with Res. We have Mariana with attack speed. Okay. We actually had Giga overcapped on Res. Wait a minute, 13%. Yeah, I just have Res, man. Okay, I don't even have any rolls. And then there's one armor roll. 25 movement speed. I actually have too much here. Helm, boots. On the other hand, you know, we don't really like fully masterwork it, or we don't have to like get perfect rolls, so that makes it easier. We only go for 1 Earth crit, that's Grizzly Regeneration, yeah, like that. Building raw cooldown, okay. Resource generation. Question is, do we want that? I think yes, right? Because we still do damage. Wait, how much did they change it now? Patch notes. Wait, that's the wrong one. Here we go. Rotting a Lightbringer. Here we go. What? Deals 600% of its normal damage as poisoning. Splash 60% of the total damage. So this means 360%. That seems like a lot. It seems like so much that you probably don't really care much about your own overpowers anymore at that point. Maybe just don't. So maybe you don't even need Obsidian Slam and you just put Calm Before the Storm. And then whenever you come out of Gritty Rage, you just reset it and it's fine. For some reason the B is capitalized. Okay. Why these negative numbers here? What happened there? Paragon, everything is negative. But I'm not sure from what. Okay. Every time you level up, the vendor stock gets refreshed. Yes. I hope that Chronics put that into the leveling guide. Because that's kind of important. And you should get the boots pretty soon, you know, maybe at level 20 or something, worst case. You know, you can gamble, you can open some Helltide chests, you can check the vendors, and it's a 1 in 3 chance whenever you get a yellow or legendary boot. Like, it's not hard to get those boots. And then you just use them. What about vendor? Yeah, here, checking 1 armor vendor is enough. But, I guess whenever you level up to acquire... Yeah, okay, here we go. So we have it in the guide as well. Check armor vendors, guy. Couldn't be more clear. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't actually see the guide yet. I'll check it out later as well. Here's like a few notes. Why Penshot move up so much in the tier list? Well, because cooking happened. And some Eaglehorn buff that might help it a bit. Some feedback on how the Thunderspike weak part in the evade level. Yeah, already covered some feedback, was quite helpful. Okay. Well, I think the easiest to do it is just like hold down shift, hold down right click, and then spam your evade button, right? I'm expecting a season countdown. You have to wait some more hours. You just spam evade and right click. Really? I don't think I did that. Ball Lightning Sorc with a unique offhand. Nah, Ball Lightning is kind of... I don't know. Down, at least. Middle, I don't know. Why do I have Ball Lightning? Okay. Will there be Shokuna next season? Oh, you have to ask someone who gives those builds a name. But if you're talking about Lightning Spear, it's also down here, together with Ball Lightning. That being said though, they are nerfing monsters, and even without that, I think Lightning Spear will get to the point where you one-shot everything in T4. So it might remain like kind of the craziest farming build in the game, at very high end at least. Do some research and throw a Barb in S tier. Okay. Let's just do that real quick. Yeah, this is fine. Do we just want to maybe reorder the boards? So hide the menace is with poisoned. Survival instincts, 30% in bear, or 45 in full life. That's the guidance. Orphan devastation. Nah, it's pretty fine in this order actually. I like this Paragon layout. This is buffed now. Does triggering the Q rune actually count for vigilance and backlash? Does anyone know that? Can you use Q rune and then just get those buffs here? I'm actually not sure. Active ooze. Fracture core, gleaming conduit. Power, denial. Yeah, I don't think I really want to change much. Just like the rune setup, I'm not sure about. Well, the note says gain after using a defensive skill. And here says after casting a defensive skill. Do I have a Druid? I have a Druid. I'm gonna try this. That should be easy to test. What about Insatiable Fury for Polarize? Let's see this first. Playing higher tiers drops better loot. Does that mean 3 or 4 GA loot only drops in T4? No, they didn't like prevent you from finding high GA stuff. They just made it like higher torments gives you more of it, I guess. Or more ancestors at least. Okay, he's a druid, let's see. I still have to kill some of my characters actually, I just realized. They're all alive. What do they do? Could maybe play the video game a bit. The bear armor isn't used in bear builds. Yeah. It's really good though before Shroud. Like, it's actually, you know, kind of close enough, let's say, if you play Urzain. It's kind of strong. Should round up the boys and have a PvP showdown. Yeah, maybe before the season starts tomorrow, so I'm just gonna like do PvP and kill each other or something. Okay, Buck, Jar, Neo, Quarks. Q. So wait a minute, do we have those passives? We have 4 and 4. Oh my god, you press one button and the bar explodes. Okay, so what the hell is what here? Taking reduced damage. I guess this is this, right? Let's remove the shroud just to make sure. Yeah. So this is blue icon. And this is dealing increased damage. Yeah, okay. So it's those two here. Funny enough, there's like a heart icon that looks more like a defensive thing. Is the buff to damage. And this here is the... I guess this icon makes sense, but... this is kind of weird. Anyway. So here's taking reduced damage. So it seems like that one works with... but not the damage buff. After using. So using works, casting does not. Interestingly, they also have different timers. This is 5 seconds and this is 6 seconds. Great. Yeah, now we get this here. Okay, so the damage buff does not work, but the DR works. So honestly, maybe if you just want to like chill, it's not a bad idea to just like throw in the bulwark anyway. We have Buck Jar here, so I can just go fast, but you know. Ensemble is kind of whatever. 45, we don't need that, because we have it here. Okay. How did it change provocation again? It kind of feels like you don't really want to rank this up anymore. At least not that urgently, if you have other stuff to take. Vigilance, backlash. One thing we should definitely put here is... shouldn't Height of Sorc be in S tier? Yeah, we'll see, I guess, but it's certainly weaker than some of the other builds up there. Unless, you know, something surprising happens. I mean, they changed Hydra quite a bit. I think it was like largely a side grade from what we saw in the PTR. I will start a Spiritborn. With Overpower gone, aka nerfed, the chest might not be as strong. Well, the thing is that I think that doesn't matter. Because... okay, it does matter a bit. But it's gonna be largely the same value as before. I think. If you look at like how much DPS you gain from equipping the user in the chest. Before and after patch, it should be comparable. Dude, I just like Jar Rune too much. I may just gonna put it as like a speed farming variant or something. So we can do Ignex, Buck Jar. Okay, what else can we do instead of Buck? Maybe just keep Buck, why not? Buck Q. Just get like lots of defense if you want. But do we care? We don't care about defense, and this thing has 30,000 life, dude. There's not even life here. Where's all this life coming from? In fact, no life rolls. You just exist. Like, what if we do this? Could even go for the attack speed there instead of 30% life if you want. That's so much life, dude. So here, I wonder what helm we're gonna do, but he's certainly gonna go for the insatiable chest. And do something like this, yeah. (10.8% of using strength bonuses), although they did increase the numbers on this, so technically the chest does less now in comparison. Because previously I had smaller numbers and everything got buffed by a flat amount. But yeah, still something like 7% life, like 8% damage or something. And then Overpower again, like 10% more. So yeah, it's still like a 15-20% damage buff, some life. But it's not as crazy as before, I guess. Overpower damage, Iron Fur, life, it's fine. There's actually no starters, guys, so the only other thing to change here would be Air of Perdition. Which is kind of a big loss, though. What did we even put? I don't think we really put anything here that is like good. God Slayer. Is it just a God Slayer angle? Is that like any aspect? Yeah, Perdition is just like a really big thing. Because there's not really anything at all. It's kind of like the same as Stinger. Stinger also goes from Godslayer to Perdition. When you have this Giga buff. I think that's just Godslayer. Crown of Lucian. I mean, you could probably try to make this work, since you have a lot of the resource cost reduction. This could work, maybe. I mean, if you just get a GA on resource cost and then do something like this, it's not terrible. Costs 4, I mean, this might be the kind of the move. Earth Helmet. Polarize is not an Earth skill. It becomes an Earth skill if you use Line, but it doesn't interact with Vasilis. Vasilis makes Earth into Bear. This is already Bear, and it's not an Earth by default. Who will be writing Barb guides? We have Condus, Snail, Beat Dropper, Ionomiko. Am I forgetting one? We have so many fucking Barbs, man. Barbs are by far the most. Yeah. Working against Ancestor Guidance is gonna be tough. Yeah, I guess you can try to like min-max this a bit, right? So depending on how much resource we're actually shooting for. Yeah, this costs 4.6 with Lucian will be like 12 per attack. Ancestor Guidance needs 75 every 5 seconds. Okay, so I have to do like 6 attacks every 5 seconds. I mean, that's pretty easy, actually. It's gonna be fine. So yeah, you probably want to go for exactly the GA, and that kind of like fixes it, and you just go Lucian. So you can do that. But you also lose 77% chance to pull... No, wait, 77? 94. So there's a difference of 17.5. Roughly a 10% DPS difference. Not such a big deal. I think Lucian easily makes up for that. This is a 75% buff all the time. Where Godslayer gives you a 60% buff a quarter of the time. Yeah, I think we definitely go Lucian. This is not a bad idea. And then I guess we just do this or something. Basically. Let's not see. Jar can be replaced with... But it should be not really necessary. This is very tanky setup. Don't really need barriers or something. And you actually heal easily as well. Probably have to change a few things here on the tree though. So first of all we need at least 1 point here in Safeguard. Just to kind of consistently get our Fortify. And we do get it 30% there. But it's a kind of long cooldown, so I would like to have a little bit of like, you know, gain here. There's also this that we can throw in. It's more the R. Okay, increase damage to slowed, stunned, immobilized, or knockback. What did they change on the skill exactly? Pulverize. Perhaps increase damage to crowd control and bosses. Every 10 seconds guarantee the overpower and make them take 20% more. This is raging pulverized. Do we have the right thing? Yes. Was there another point I wanted to change? On this. Always I'll leave it there, it's fine. 28 reductions, okay. We can grab that. Nature magic spirits that consume spirit heal you for 1%. You probably want to grab this. I just realized that the other thing is just a better defensive passive over this, right? So we can do this, and we can do this. And similar here, this defensive posture is just worse than this if you want defense. This is 3% per point, the other is 4% per point. Maybe put another point in depleting raw or something. It's also 45 here, right? No. Wait, we have 45 on Grizzly Rage, don't we? Okay, so we don't care about 45 at all, actually. as well as we move that again. Yeah. So I don't really have a reason to change anything here. Where did our point go? We have only 2 there. Where did I put it? It's just in a healing down there, I think, right? So we can do the same here. It's fine. We have more healing. It's actually the same skill tree then. Yeah, it's not really big adjustments to make. The main thing is we need a lot more crit now. So this suddenly has like terrible crit chance. And that already includes a 15% from Seal of Power. So I think you probably want to do Calm Before the Storm here. And then just not go Grizzly Rage Duration and just like reset it sometimes. When you have to. And probably do the crit here. And then Earth crit, wherever we can, basically. Do we have enough movement speed here? 200, okay. Yeah, we kind of want to crit, right? Because of Envenom. Because of Avium Wrath. It kind of matters. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 temper switches. 34.8%. So this is 62, 92. Okay, and like 1 crit roll, I guess. We'll do it. Maybe we can also do crit like this, for example. On 2 items. We have a lot of willpower here. It's okay. And we keep like a Grizzly Rage duration. Just to like smooth this out a bit. And maybe we're okay. Who's a front runner for leveling? Spiritborn. Which version of Balazan Spiritborn does more damage, Rake or Crush? It should be very close, so I don't know. We don't really have a lot of data. there's not many people that I know that tried these builds in that kind of like, you know, with that effort and like detail. So there will be definitely some, you know, ranking between them, but right now it's like really close, and that's all we can really say. Okay, I think this is fine. I kind of like the setup here. I just need to add the aspect and the size temporars. And this is otherwise fine. And it looks like we might be just missing a tiny bit of crit here. 1, 2, 3. Oh no, this is fine. Because we have the extra crit there. Okay. And your spike. Actually, I forgot to do like some kind of lower level Paragon setup, right? Let's do that. Edit. No. Okay. So what do we remove? I mean, a little bit lower. Basically all of this stuff here. So that's 15 points already. Crit, 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 crowd. We kind of want the crowd, right? Okay. Can remove that. What does this even? Dominate. It is kind of nice though. It's a lot of flat damage. I kind of want to keep that, I think. A lot of percent damage, I mean. Can probably move some of the rest stuff. Resource gen. Honestly, I might throw in like a Quarks rune or something. I don't think about it. Does Quarks rune? Wait, does Quarks rune trigger Ancestral Guidance? I want to see that. Sort of crit there as well. How much armor is this? Still fine. Okay, 43 points. Can we squeeze out a bit more? Like this, perhaps. Let's put back a few of the armor points that we just removed. Maybe we should do like a even lower points version, right? Let's do a new variant. Can move that. Actually don't need this. I have to give up a bunch of stuff here, but okay. This actually doesn't seem that great there. I'll start a Spiritborn tomorrow. think B tier is enough to kill the hardest boss after fully going up in 5 seconds. I mean, it's not with the B tier builds that are like really good at single target, will probably do that. But the thing is, you also don't know how much HP the bosses are going to have. You know, they nerfed them, but you don't know how much. So it could be that B tier builds will be no problem at all, just like one-shot everything. But it could also be not. So that depends on the pit scaling. What about some Quarks? Do you have Ancestral Guidance? Yes. Looks like it works. This was gain bonus damage after spending. Yeah, this is it, right? Somehow we're triggering Quarks. I'm not sure from what. But something is triggering it. Yeah, okay. So that works. This is an alternative, actually. You can do Quarks. But we don't really have great triggers anyway. Like, Quarks would have very low uptime, so I feel that's like not much of a point. Just go fast. It's gonna feel good. Did it make the experience upscale difficulty? It sounds like that, but we don't know for sure what happened. So it could very well be that like the whole like 9-bit dungeon XP globe thing is kind of just dead. Because they might have reduced the base, but then scaled it up or something, and I don't know, maybe you want to do it on Penitent. I guess you have to like try it out and see. It might be worth to just kind of like open a Penitent dungeon the first time we get one and just see if it works, and if it gives us a lot of XP. And if you have multiple sigils, maybe you're gonna try one on normal and one on Penitent or something. See the difference. But they haven't really explained exactly what they changed. Shroud of Conduras and Pension before you get Mythic. Yeah, Shroud of Conduras is always a good idea. You can put Dark Shroud on bar, then remove Umbrus if you want. And just, I don't know, remove, I don't know, Smoke Grenade or some shit. Whatever you're running. I'll start Spiritborn. And the meta, your time exclamation mark, tier list. So that. Do I have breakpoints for attack speeds? Breakpoint tables and Druid. Okay, we only have landslide. Great. Anyway, good enough. Let's do Earth Spike. So Earth Spike, I think we're gonna do this with the Wild Heart Hunger. Delete that. This. How much attack? How much move speed does this have? We want move speed, I guess. 187. Does it include the move speed from Heightened Senses? It does not. Okay, maybe this is fine. 169. Again, 30%. Beautiful. Okay. Try some more elemental. This movement and crit. Okay. Earth crit 1, 2, 3. We have crowd control duration here. Is that for real? I guess there's no other temper. Crazy rage duration. Cooldown. Debilitating roar. Crazy rage duration. We also have hectic. Hectic is kind of neat. I'll keep that. One thing we can do is this. And this. Glass ring advantage. That's a lot of attack speed here. So I wonder if it would be worth to remove this and put this. And potentially even put like a life roll or something. I want to try this. So what happens when we do this? This is 20.6k and this is 16.6. So that's a 24% difference from one life roll. But it's also a 27 attack speed difference. It's 30 life, 20 attack speed. So it's still in favor of doing something like that. That's all the attack speed you can get. I also kind of want to keep the pants here for Earth Spike, I guess. Let's see her Cry. I don't think we care about Cry that much anymore. We get 2 lines now. So I think the Vortex is not that required. We do Q. Maybe 3 seconds. Naguk-san. Is that like something better? So per second we get so this triggers every 3.6 seconds with Igni. And with Seer it triggers every 3 seconds plus 5 casts. But Igni only works with non-basic skill. How often do we have to cast something? For Wild Heart and for Bestial. Oh. Okay, it's actually very easy. The bigger problem is you have to go into werewolf form somehow. Which means we have to go up our creeper. I don't see another way to go into a werewolf. I don't think we need 5 points in Grizzly range either. Nature magic skills are consume spirit. So that should work, right? With Shard. On the other hand, we have Bulwarks often. I don't think we need care about healing very much. Probably do this. This is a pit pusher. I mean, Pulf and Earthspike are not really like great pushers, I guess. If you want to go very high, then you go Flash Wind on the Druid. But I guess they're gonna be alright. We'll see exactly. Like, this was an okay build, and it did get a pretty nice buff with the final patch notes. And so did Pulf. So we can do this now. How's the Paragon looking? Keeper, Headhunter, Survival Instinct. With Earth and Sky, we have too much actually there. Armor. Big Spirit, Dominates, okay. Yeah, I wonder if we care that much about the overpowering now. Like, overpower is really just not that much of a deal anymore, right? Naguk, San, do we care? Wait a minute. So we have 3 wolves, 3 ravens, 2 wolves, 3 ravens. We get 100 offering per second. So every 5 seconds we gain something like a half second of Xan. It's like a 10% uptime on like a 50% buff. And other than that, what else do we have for overpower? Not really anything, right? I don't think we actually want to run Xan. Is there something on the Paragon here from this? You have 1% increase overpower damage up to 25 for every 1% difference in current life and fortified life between you and the enemy. 1% increase overpower up to 25. So you would generally have 25 because you're fortified, I guess. Because monsters are not fortified. But that's about it. If you don't have Dominate. What else can we do? Yeah. Yeah. And to be fair, the other options are not great. So we might keep this. But I'm not so sure about Xan. What else do we do? There's Ohm, which you could basically keep permanent. There's Full. Maybe just do the overpower stuff anyway, I guess. It's fine. It's my favorite and least favorite part of cooking builds. My least favorite part is usually Paragons, but yeah, I do them pretty fast by now. I feel like Paragons is like kind of not that interesting of a system after all, because there's usually not that many choices. It's just kind of like, okay, you try to look for like 3 or 4 boards that kind of do something. You look for like 5 glyphs that kind of do something. And then, you know, if there are options, the options are in the range of, okay, do you want to swap 10% damage versus 10% damage reduction? Or, I don't know, do you want to swap this 2% damage buff under this condition for that 2% damage buff under the other condition? Or something like that. So wouldn't trying out more poison things on this build be better than OP? More poison things, I mean, what do we mean? We have Rabid Bear, and then what? We have Keeper for non-physical. We have Bane, but it only works with poisoning, so it's only for dots. It actually prevents us from using Outmatch, which would be a very nice glyph to use. Yeah, that's not very much. There's Tracker, also only for dots. Yeah, there's like 2 glyphs that have never been used on this class, right? Like, no chance, because there's no dot builds on this class. Tracker and Bane, man. Rabies, log in, guys. Yeah, it's fine, okay. Paragon's better for giving defenses than increasing offense. I mean, it's a bit of both. So, legendary nodes in particular have power crept a lot. So each legendary node is a big boost. So you try to grab those first priority. And then you have the glyphs, which kind of build up to a similar power level, maybe slightly less, depending on the class. So those are the core of the Paragons. You choose 4 boards, you choose 5 glyphs. But yeah, the rest basically goes straight into building defense. And then a bunch of offensive stats that slightly increase your damage later on. And that's about it. I'm doing an Earth Spike Druid right now. It's like a build I want to play. I did it a bunch on the PDR already. Yeah, so it's like mildly experimental, but I guess this will be fine. CRQ is okay. We get a Bulwark every 3 seconds, which doesn't keep the Bulwark up all the time, but you don't have to. But it does keep up Vigilance all the time. And it does give us Wild Heart Hunger while we're in Increasing Rage. And we have to activate this. It decays 0.5% per second. Shapeshift a new animal form because that's 5. So you have to do it once every 10 seconds. So actually easy peasy. So Seer is totally fine. Okay. So let's do that. So yes, that right here is going ham here. Did I want to test something? No, we already done with the test, right? We did the Quarks thing. Okay. Yeah, I don't think there's really much more I want to change, yeah, so... Okay, let's start removing points. First of all, how much armor and stuff do we have? Exactly 1,000. Beautiful. Alright. Whoa. Yo, dead mods, hello man. I'm starting Invade Spiritborn tomorrow. And you? Yeah, I'm doing Evade and then do like one of the Balazan builds. And then I want to make a Pulverized Druid at some point pretty soon. I think that's gonna be fun too. Actually, I think I kind of want the maximum spirit, but it's pretty important here. Can probably build without that. What's this? The weapon looks strong. Yeah, it definitely looks like a big upgrade. And I mean, it took like a lot of the suggestions I made. Well, basically all of them. And I think with those numbers they put on it, it could be really nice. It's not gonna be like a top build or something, but it's gonna be fine. So I'm excited to see it in action. The Rotting Lightbringer, yes. Big item. Passive or Pity Season is Sorc, Spirit, or Rogue. I guess Evade wins until the Sorcs catch up with gear. mostly. So this. There's actually only one mythic in this whole setup. Maybe there. Okay. So let's do that. Let's just shift this chest to CRQ. Now we can't do Insatiable Fury because they don't actually use that key passive. So I guess we just put like a normal thing here and we put, I don't know what, Might or some shit. So like a good utility for this. There's the slow and immobilize stuff. I don't think we care enough. I think Might is fine. It's just like a nice chill DR buff. They're gonna probably do something like res. This. Yo, fake blood things as well. OSS Shroud, Full Staff, Equivalent, Assassin Variant, and Max Roll. Wait, let me check that. Here. Maybe I copied the wrong planner. Good question. I'll fix it. I did not copy the wrong planner, actually. I think what I did is I made like a whole new build. And then I focused too much on changing the status. I forgot about that. So let me fix that, actually. That will be fast, though. Okay, delete. I guess it's just like armor, res, angle for the most part. And then, I don't know, dex or life. We probably put life. We have layered wards already, so what can we do? We can do tenacity. I think tenacity is not the worst idea. It should already be decently tanky anyway from layered wards. Resilient, vortex. We just do more resilient. More barrier. Starter variant has force power there, interdiction. Okay. Yeah, we put tenacity because you get more resolve stacks, and this gives us more damage from Colossal as well, so it gives us a little bit there. Plus a bit more defense. Oh, I don't have perseverance. Can also do this. Can also do this actually. Might actually procs very easily like this, so it's gonna be tanky from the start. Might just put Might. Or even Juggernaut or something, or Disobedience. It's also not the worst idea. I think we just put Disobedience so we actually stack up the armor more for the... like that. Does it counter resilient? No. Okay. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. I kinda missed that part. Life, armor, res. It's like the same stuff here. Speaking of chests. Dude, what they even temper here on a Druid? It's like so much random stuff, dude. Can do like an armor temper and just like be armor capped easily or something. But do we even care? Like a hit, crowd control. Crowd control. I mean, we can. We put a life roll instead or something. We broke death trap, close 90 pit in season 9. I mean, even without changing the pit, it will do 90 pretty easily. But they are also making the pit easier, so it's gonna go way higher than that. Check DMs please and show the first video. Okay, wait a minute. Check DMs. Okay, wait a minute. Quarks sent me a Google Drive link. TOS. Pen shot footage. Okay, guys. Are you ready to log in tomorrow? That's pen shot. That's gonna be fun. I'm definitely gonna play that. Alright. So, who's ready for Rogue? And this is just some 5 target dummies. Just wait until you actually have like a pull. It's gonna look pretty funny. And this is like pre-buff Eaglehorn. So that's good. I just realized this is pre-buff Eaglehorn. Yep. What's the mechanic? This is trickshot aspect and Eaglehorn. Gonna show him the other video. Hi, Sophie. Wonder if it can be made even more convoluted. Yeah, it's gonna be probably twice as convoluted tomorrow. When will Maxwell update to Season 9 builds? Been there, done that. Okay, I'm kind of happy with the setup. I might tweak this a bit further once I actually play it and stuff. But this looks pretty nice overall. I would like to have a bit more move speed. I know we have enough. It's exactly capped. And here also. Because of the heightened senses. And it's gonna be pretty tanky. How much is this? 16k in life. We have like lots of DR. We have this. Hefty GA armor on the helm. Okay. And here. Yeah, fine. We have the Astral Pillar. Then we're gonna disintegrate. I just like start putting disintegrate everywhere. Okay. This is fine. Cooked, basically. Should check out a lunging strike, actually. Who's gonna play Barb tomorrow, guys? Any enjoyers? There's no chance I will do a Coda build, right? Goodbye. So... and I have a grandfather in there. Seatek Monique Sun. Pen shot is really good, yes. Good luck, Shiminikan. Which Valazan variant did I enjoy the most? Probably Rake. I was planning to Rake and or Crushing Hand. So we'll see. There's 0 chance of me playing Barb, but it's more like minus 30. Minus 40 chance, huh? I think I might do a Barb with the Lunging Strike stuff. That is like pretty zoomy, actually. I wonder if we're gonna include Pain Gorgers now, actually. I have Edge Masters, yeah. I think Pain Gorgers is still lacking, like, a lot of other scaling and stuff. So I'm not really sure. Edge Masters is not that crazy, though. Yeah. Can we do like another Glyph here instead of Ire? There was a crit against bleeding enemies. Do we need that crit? It's not the worst. I mean, Ire is just like very low additive. A defensive secondary that we don't really care about. And not really an impressive legendary effect. And here we get 10 crit. Better scaling per point. It's based on dex and it's based on strength though. I wonder if we're even gonna do stuff like Moni and Sun anymore. Cast 2 mobility or... okay, it's relatively high uptime, I guess. You're gonna proc this with like a third or so uptime, probably. Maybe at least a quarter uptime. On a 50% buff. Plus overpowering also helps us with other stuff, right? We have Decimator. Overpower this frames to increase damage. Is there any other overpower shenanigans? No, no, no. So I guess not really. 10% increased damage to vulnerable enemies. Like some of these Barb Paragon boards, dude. They're pretty yikes. Like I have Warbringer that I don't really care about. I have this, which is effectively just a 20% boost. Sun has a 44. This is fine. And this is also, ugh. Then this is only for bleed, and that's pretty dead. Besides play, maybe. I think that Rupture is also a bit of a thing, but Rupture is, I think, is like overpowered as well now. I think it's mostly scarce the explosion. 15 crit chance, dude. Oh god. Dude, it is like one roll. It's worse than a roll on your gear. This is an entire Paragon node here. And this is better than a Paragon node. This and this, these are 2 Paragon nodes. You can get on a Barb, guys. Nice. Rake having the extra cooldown as the most interested in it. Yeah, Rake is definitely going to be the most comfy variant. I'm not 100% sure if you're also going to put a Wildfire Glyph in there to get even more cooldown reduction. It should be fine mostly with just like spamming Rake and stuff. But maybe actually want to go ham on the cooldown and actually put Wildfire Glyph, and then you really have no issues at all with the cooldowns. Barb, key passive nerf, OP nerf. Don't log in. It's rough out there for sure. Do we have any attack speed bonuses here? Do we even care about something like Rallying Cry? We don't actually need Rallying Cry for anything, right? How much move speed does this have? Very little, actually. So you need Rallying Cry for speed mostly. We also need Swiftness, to be honest. I think that's something I want. Let's do this for some attack speeds. I want that for sure. Yo, Katze, thank you. What do I think about a Poison Puddle Pulse with Andariel? I think Andariel is pretty useless in there. But you don't really have like a required helm, I guess. The best helm will be Perdition. There's not really a synergy with Andariel besides getting some attack speed, I guess. It's all about Spiritborn and Necro this season. I don't think that Necro is going to be close to being the second most played class. They basically have like one build, which is like minions. That is like a really good all-rounder, I feel. And then, okay, Bloodwave, I mean, yeah, the push is pretty high, but it's like Giga or Clunk. Then there's Bone Spear, same shit. And then, what else? Okay, Sever is like alright, I guess. And Blight. And then the Shadow Blight stuff is also pretty clunk, I suppose. Because you have to wait for procs and stuff. I guess Shadow Blight is like relatively chill build, but it's like not just, it's just not fast, probably. Yeah, I think most people will be on Spiritborn, and second will be Sorc, just because Hydra. And then, I don't know, probably Rogue, and then the rest. So that's like my expectation for like popularity. You know, Rogue finally has something that's not Death Trap, and it's actually pretty cool builds out there, so that's nice. Did I update the Hydra already, actually? Yeah, I should probably double check that again, though. So I have attack speed bonuses, but I'm not really stacking up attack speed stuff. And I'm wondering what I'm forgetting. Is there something I'm forgetting in terms of attack speed? Ah, Moonrise, there we go. Moonrise is not included here. Alright. Okay. We don't need that maximum life stuff anymore, we can just do this, right? Let's go ham on the resource. It's a lot of maximum resource. 327, holy. Do we even care about challenging shout? But is there any other utility? That's the thing. There's not really any good utility out there, right? I mean, it's like the attack speed from Rupture, but we actually capped on that anyway. Can do the charge, but I mean, who cares? Do you want to put some points somewhere? You heal. You already heal anyway. 6% DR is not very impressive. You don't care about this stuff here. We don't really care about that either. Grants Fortify. I don't think we care about this. That is okay, I guess. Just a 1 point and no mercy there. Can actually put 2 more points and like, relax our crit requirements a little bit. Let me do this. Hey. Day Walker and Druid, thank you, man. I will start Spiritborn tomorrow. Do we go for ground stomp? Can we reduce 15 seconds? But do we care? We did a reset ground stomp somehow, and we don't really do that anyway. Dude, crowd control duration is at no better temper. It's actually insane. Ground stomp size. Outburst. Berserker duration. This doesn't help us either, right? So, stun duration. Holy. Do you even have crowd controls, really? Knock them down. Okay, I guess. We can get some stagger. Okay, what do we do about Stardust? I feel like it's gonna be kind of a struggle. They have Moonrise at that ability already, and they have Edge Masters there, so it's not even like crazy how you can get here, I think. This is the cooldown. Now we could do Myriad Stone, actually. So we get the attack speed. This will help us. I put crit on this. Put strength. Probably attack speed anyway. Because we're gonna cast a Berserker every 10 seconds anyway. So that's fine. Damage while Wrath of the Berserker is active. Pork, actually. Wait a minute. How easy is to stack up this Blood Rage now? Oh, wait, we don't stack it anymore at all. Oh, so we just get it, I guess. What about basic? Okay, Wrath of the Berserker is active. So we put that everywhere. Lunging strike range. That is a mobility temper, so that's the only place where I can put that. Now we find an aspect. I feel like there's not that much I want here. Elements. Wow. You know, calm. I mean, calm could be something to get a bit of extra boss damage. Because it pushes like face hit and there's conceded. Do we have barriers? Not really. But he could put a barrier in there. Raymond Brawler, actually, it's not a terrible idea, I think. In fact, I think we should actually swap this. Because they're probably casting this anyway. Put Vehement here. So 20, we get 50%, so we have too much attack speed here. And the crit is at 84. So we're gonna have to go all in on the crits, I think. That just kind of works out. And we have to change the grandfather to something as well. Whoops. This is Seer Tech. And we have the barrier already, actually. So we could do Conceited. We trigger it pretty often. Crit 1. Damage a lot of time. I wonder if we should just go Quarks, actually. What about something like Moni Quarks? But it does sound a bit Monka-esque on the Barb, because we don't have great lucky hit to really restore resources when that happens, and we're just gonna like lose our hooves buff all the time, right? So it's gonna be probably kind of feeling bad. But one thing we can do is Vehement Brawler here. Conceded there. Let's just see attack as we have our earthquakes easily. Now the question is, what do we do here? Belligerence? Which is an okay thing to temper, I guess. Cut to the bone is for dots only. Warpath, belligerence, heavy hitter. This is 4% per point. After overpowering, there's 4% more. It's also 4% more per point. So we actually would like to put it here, right? But you have 17 ranks because you have some there. The question is, do we overpower every 4 seconds? We do. So didn't they add like a heavy hitter? Wallop. Okay. Dude, Wallop is actually pretty good temper as well, but we can't do it for this build. It's 5%, okay. So this is 1.6 times 1.32. This is 1.8 times 1.12. Shit. How much was that? 32 and 6. So this is almost 5% more DPS. We should definitely go for the other. Religion is a bit more consistent, but both are consistent enough. So I do this. Yeah. Do something like that, I guess. Probably want more crits, yeah. Half cooldown is 15, 13, yeah, both are fine. Keep the ire there. Minus tomorrow. It's like almost 20 hours. It's a way to make Spiritborn Thorns work with Razor Wings. Yeah, technically, yes. You know, technically you can take any shit build on Spiritborn that's like in B or C tier and slap the whole Balazan combo on it. and you're probably better off. But, you know, at that point, it's like kind of like a really big downgrade from the actual good Banazan builds. And, you know, not necessarily a huge upgrade from the other shit builds that you're trying to improve. Technically, you can do it with any skill. So, you know, the combo remains the same, plus minus. Just some of the skills are actually kind of synergistic. High hand sanitizer. Yeah, I'm streaming like a little bit, but not that long. Ice shots also can do T100 sub 4 minutes. Nothing can do T100 sub 4 minutes, basically, with what we have seen on the PTR. But we don't know how much they nerfed the pit. So it could be that, you know, we're gonna go to 20 pits higher or so, and everyone is gonna farm 100. But I don't know. Will Sorc be tanky on hardcore? Yeah, I mean, Sorcs generally are pretty good on hardcore, so I wouldn't really worry. I do not recommend to use bristleback aspect under any circumstance. Do you need to choose Hider build instead of Ice Shards? I mean, Hider is definitely stronger and easier than Ice Shards. Oof, man. How do I get points here? Oh, wait, I have Challenger. Wait, what? I forgot about that. Okay, I can actually delete all of this here. Kind of missed this whole thing here. Okay, I can probably put back a few points, such as this. And let me do this here as well. Suddenly I have a lot of points to spend again. It removes a bit too much. Okay, this is fine. Cat is done with guides. Give me the edit links, Quarks. You're very excited for Thunder Spike Ball Max. Thunder Spike. Okay. Why Thunder Spike? You can pull in enemies, which is kind of funny actually. There's like one of the upgrades where it pulls enemies. So you can just stand in the middle and kind of like slowly move stuff around. But yeah. It's like discount Death Trap. Very strong discount, to be fair. You missed a bunch of cosmetics from the previous seasons. Yeah, I mean, there's like some Battle Pass stuff that I can't get anymore and so on, but that's about it, I guess. Wait, do we have drops tomorrow as well, by the way? I think there's drops as well, right, for season launch? Let me see. Is that a thing? The next Battle Pass stuff? No. Crossbow? Ah, yeah, right, I saw that. Where did it show it? Was it in a campfire chat? It's not here in this post. Where can I see the news? Patch notes, gear. News, Blizzard. Here. Ah, there it is. Okay, a crossbow. Starting July 1. Doesn't say how long the drops last. Here, July 19. So it's 18 days of drops. But it's the only drop here, unfortunately, so... Kind of a weird choice. A crossbow. Which build even runs a crossbow these days? It's certainly in preparation for the insane mythic crossbow they're introducing in Season 10, guys. Cobium. Anyway, I guess you can put a new drops command. That drops a threat rather than a goodie. Yeah, no unique crossbow yet. There could be really fun stuff, I think. I suggested them. Okay, they changed Eaglehorn now, but like there was some talk on the partner Discord about Eaglehorn and what to do with it. And then suggested to give it an effect where you can like charge up your pen shot. Like you do like a combo point setup, and then it's like you channel the pen shot, and the longer you channel, the stronger it becomes. Up to a point, you know. And then you do like a Kamehameha, you know, kapow. I think something like that could be cool. And this could be probably really cool for a crossbow. This isn't like Elden Ring where weapons all have a feel and personality. Yeah, that's true. Hello, Q guys only. You too. I'm doing great. This is too chunky and something a druid would carry around. It does look a bit weird for a crossbow, but okay, anyway. We get sun drops, so it is what it is. Actually, Undying Quill is updated, right? This is I put this into the Quill guide. That's actually the wrong link. No, it's not. Woot. Ah, okay. I just made, okay, never mind. This is updated, actually. This is already in the guide. Okay, so you do this, and we do this, and this. This shouldn't really need that much rework, I think. But a few things have changed, especially with the clone. Pain shot will be very good, yeah. Like a charged pain shot, like a ranger snipe in PvE2. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to make it like as hard to play as snipe in PvE2. Like PvE2 requires like, you know, this very precise timing and stuff. You can, for example, in D4, it would be fine if they make a mechanic where you charge it up and if you reach maximum, it just releases or something, right? Or you release it on your own or something. Or maybe you could have some sort of timing mechanic where, okay, you charge up to maximum, and then it doesn't release instantly, but it releases maybe like after like half a second or so. So there's like a bit of a window where you can either like hold it on purpose, or you just, you know, have like a bit of a skill component. But yeah, something like that. I think it would be pretty fun. First of all, what did I do on the that's a rough pen shot. Yeah, I also remember like a few weeks ago when we started like talking about builds for the season and whatever, and there was a lot of cope for stuff like I don't know, pen shot for example and so on, and here we are, yes. I mean, Azure Wrath makes it possible, so that's cool, I guess. This build has two offensive aspects, three actually. Trick shot, conceded, vehement, angler, umbrus, shroud, air, vehement. So we don't do Apogic Furor, I guess. I think we're gonna put conceded, two-handed. How about that? Vehement there. And then Light Dancer. What else can we do? Don't need accelerating. Shadow Clone is just like a bit out now, I'd say. Inner Calm. Yeah, to be honest, that's not really that much. 30% increased crit damage against frozen or stunned enemies. You can do that, since you have 100% crit easily and be generally just freeze stuff. Wait a minute, you can do Cold Clip actually, right? Cold Clip is just like 40% extra damage, that's even more. Idea for synchron. We do this. Cold Clip is actually legit. Potentially want to even put it there. Because we lean so hard into CCing, right? Oh boy. So we do this maybe. Do we change other stuff? This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. Yeah, what about the close quarters? We kind of want to go for close quarters, right? We need the attack speed. Yeah, we kind of want to go for a lot of attack speed, I feel. I wonder if we actually want to go accelerating aspect. Instead of something like this. Or do you reach the attack speed cap anyway with cutthroat attack speeds? Cutthroat attack speeds. Damage to close is no longer required. So do this. Shadow Clown cooldown, Shadow Clown cooldown. So we cast that easily every few seconds. Shroud. Being Turbo is still fine because that gives us the scaling. Control, versatility, canny, fluidity. There's combat. So if you want another glyph, you could do combat. I want to see that actually. Instead of versatility. $64 int is okay. But you do have the Shroud temper, so you have a lot of additive on this. $400 crit damage, 14. We don't care about the resource though. It's not that impressive, I think. We have 250, 750, 11, 12, 15, 19, 2.3, 3k. Yeah, we have a lot. So I think not. This is fine. And then there's gonna be no more points to spend. Yeah, I think that's basically what I'm gonna run. Now you can make this more comfy by just choosing Victimize if you don't want to deal with the penetrating shot. So if you want to make this like giga comfy, you just do this for farming. I think pressing one pen shot, it's every 8 seconds. It's not the worst. And pen shot also has a bunch of lucky hits, so it actually procs Azurath by itself too. So it's not bad. Go Heartseeker attack for more attack speed. Ah, true, it doesn't have to be pensioned, I suppose. Heartseeker critically strikes, double if this is... Yeah, okay, this is probably worth it, actually. I think you're right. On... Yeah, okay. And then we can do a Heartseeker duration, right? Count observation, testing blade transfer. We don't really need that. I mean, it also has good lucky hit, but it's only single target. But I guess you get 2 if you want to put that 1 point there. Yeah, fair. I think this is fair. We can do this. Pen shot or Heartseeker. The Exile attack speed will actually help you to cap out a bit more. This is cap 2, right? Yeah. Kind of like the idea, actually. Let's do this. Do we care about the twisting blades returns faster? I don't think we really do. Heartseeker duration makes it 6.6. I think 6.6 is fine. I kind of want to keep the count observation, so we don't have to recast it during a stagger, for example, and stuff. Here, I also have the knockdown, though. It's kind of nice. Knockdown, slow, and a 40% chance for additional. This is pretty good for packs, I feel, but okay. At least Heartseeker has like a much higher chance to hit. Like, even if you don't aim, it will probably hit something. So you can just like shoot a Heartseeker somewhere. So that's really all you care about, I guess. Unstoppable, huh? I already have unstoppable. For 5 seconds. So we put this on the Shadow Clown. It's actually interesting. We have perma unstoppable. If you put this on the Shadow Clown, we will always have unstoppable. Because we either get 5 seconds unstoppable from the clone, or we just don't cast it for 5 seconds and then we have one of the anomalies. Ah, shit, no, wait, I need 5 of them. Forget it. Okay. Control, denial, control. Yeah, I guess we don't care, so let's just do this. Do I have Quarks? Tam Cry, Ahu Jar. We could do Quarks if you want. We can do Ahu, Quarks. I do have to have a push. Yeah, Ahu, Quarks. We just put it on a TB or what? I don't know. We can just put it on a Shadow Clone anyway, I guess. We cast it often enough. I wonder if I want reactive ooze. With Quarks at least. It would be kind of backwards to... what is this? Power. Control. We need 2 control though for this. So I would have to remove this. Which, especially for pushing, is kind of shitty to remove. So I'm not 100% sure about the Quarks. But I mean, we have a lot of lucky hit, we have innovation. Costs 15 energy though. So the thing is, we would have to wait like roughly a second with reactive ooze to attack again. Maybe just don't do Quarks, honestly. This might just be too clunky. Ah, right, you can check the Heartseeker duration, you're right. That's not the worst idea. We can do Heartseeker duration a bit higher. What's that? 7.3. Don't need that life, really. We're pretty tanky. Nah, this is fine. Okay, wait, let's see, how fast do we reset a Shadow Clone? Yeah, the thing is that, are we... Wait, okay, what's the chance of proccing this? We have Spinning Blades, right? And I have, how much of the lucky hit of the TB? It's like... half? Or is it a quarter or something of the lucky hit? 136%, 40% chance. So every second hit. I know exactly how much the lucky hit is here. But yeah, realistically getting enough back. Now, how much cooldown do I need? Shadow Clone, we attack 6 times per second, so we spend 150 resource per second. And then it comes Quarks as well, but let's count it without Quarks. Because we need that, so we want to cast it every around 5 seconds. At least every 10. So we get 2 preparation blocks per second. Yeah, okay, actually. So we reset it roughly 11 seconds per second. Yeah, okay, I think we're chilling. So innovation in this, actually. 70% chance to gain energy. Do we just do double? Or just do shroud? I think just for like foolproof, we're gonna do this for now. What is different here? Why did I have not attack speed on this? I think this needs to be attack speed. Shroud, shrouds, shrouds. Cutthroat. Cutthroat. Did I miss something? Actually, we need less cutthroat now, right? We have 50% bonus. So 16 there, 66. I guess realistically want all the attacks we can. But cutthroat attack speed does not actually count towards the Azure, right? So it's only real attack speed. So we need only 1 cutthroat attack speed now when doing this. Reset clone in 4 to 7 seconds without issues. Yeah, that sounds pretty chill. Yeah, around 4 or 5 seconds should be, like, if you're permanently attacking, 4 or 5 seconds should be it. And pre-Stardust is like super chill anyway. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Armor box every 1 second. Yep. Not that it started a fight from the boss, but it's okay otherwise, I guess. We don't even need to like fully max out turf, right? We need like very little now. We can keep some of the res and stuff I just removed, right? DR, res. Okay. How high can we expect Pencha to go? Well, Pit scaling from the PTR. Yeah, pretty close to 100, I think. And, well, with the new Pit scanning, much beyond that, I guess. So, we are buffed a lot now, but we don't know how much. Do I really want cheap shot on this? I guess. Wait a minute. Fuck, I think I need to do this, right? I totally forgot. Eldritch Bounty. Deadly, no witness, exploit, dance. Wait. It's actually nuts what they've done with Eldritch Bounty. Yeah, I just realized I need to change this Paragon stuff a little bit. Why do I not have this here in the pen? With exploit, dance, and witness, so we can, yeah, we're not gonna do the deadly ambush stuff. Screw this. Do I like the new pit scan of what we've seen? We have not seen any. They did it after the PTR, so we don't have no idea. But I made a video about that topic to explore what could happen. And until the RS, most likely everyone is going to be much more powerful. Well, in comparison to the monsters, at least. Yeah, I think this is a no deadly ambush angle. I have to redo this Paragon stuff. This is Kenny on deadly ambush. Let's do Eldritch Bounty. It's pretty good on strength and 59 on int. So that's still fine. They could also put Kenny here, which is almost the same int, and we get more decks there. But has this impute damage that we don't really care about. I don't even want to go over there. And we only have 3 points left. So that's probably fine. 49 and Kenny. Can we put these 3 points to use somewhere? Distant 1, 2, 3. Pork. Okay. Perfect. So that was easy. The pathing is also okay, I guess, like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we start there. Can even do this. Remove the willpower there. This looks very weird. Just pathing out there to the right and then nothing. But this is fine, actually. We do this as a last board. This is also fine. Okay. So, delete. We're probably going to take a pretty similar Paragon board for the others anyway. We don't even have to do cheap shot. So we have like a little bit more damage when we don't CC, but realistically not that much actually. So that's kind of an issue. Okay. New variant. Okay, this looks fine. I think there's a few points here actually that were kind of like leftovers for no reason. There's like a strength node. Here's a strength node. And that was it though. Anything I can do with those? Healing received. Pork. There's actually non-physical we missed. I don't know. This is fine. Push, we have deadly ambush, but do I really want to do this? No. That's fine, just keep that. I don't have to worry with this. So now the question is, do we do the same stuff when we go with PB? Control, turf, fluidity, canny, versatility. So we put turf, but otherwise it's the same glyphs, right? Canny, fluidity, versatility, control. So we can actually just do the same board, I think. We have sheep shot here. But yeah, I think it's gonna import the Paragon boards that we have here. Import. Right. When we put it here, we don't have to actually make new ones, I think. The only thing we change is the glyph there, and we put turf, and then maybe change a few points around. So we can actually do the same builds here with the same Paragon. Let's see if I catch them all. Two points. And it seems like we got everything. What do we do with those 2 points, though? I don't know. There's one thing. There's this. There's this. I guess these points are just like irrelevant, so whatever. I have 4 points left over. We actually need more points now because of this. I can definitely do this. That's fine. What's that? Again, yeah, like random blue point. I'm triggered. Okay, that one works. Okay, turf. This is fine. This is fine. This is like 4 random dex points you can take, I guess. Ding, 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 ding. I don't care. Alright. Save. So we do this. Why Blizzard changed the rest cat this season? Yeah, it's kind of weird, I have to say. The build runs like 70% all DR. That's a lot. Actually, I've never really counted all the DRs together, like from, you know, just the Paragon stuff and so on. It would be interesting to see this kind of like listed, like how much effective HP and stuff several builds have. I should probably check that out at some point to get a bit of an idea. And then we can like reverse engineer how much damage do certain boss abilities do and stuff like that. We're going to clone and clone here. But for push, we do innovation because of the Quarks. Who Quarks? Tom Cry. Yes, and then we do edit. So we mostly delete this. We put a normal ring. Definitely need attack speed and crit. Actually, do we need crit? We got some from Dash, from Dark Shroud. If I put this point. Where else do we have crit? Trigger attacks, is that included? Trigger attacks is included actually. Okay. And then we can do just dex. And then I think maybe accelerating wouldn't hurt because you probably don't have the cap there anyway early on with like no masterworks and all that kind of shenanigans. So you probably just do this. Just ensure we have more speed. Do innovation here. Shrouds. And this one switch gem. Scornful. Yeah, I think that's okay. It can just be a build where I spend 70% of the time killing the boss. I mean, every build does that when you go high enough, pretty much. Okay, some builds have like a bit of a faster boss kill than others because they're a bit more single target oriented. But you know, every build will have their at least 5-minute boss fight at some point if you push. It's just how the game works. But yeah, Pincher should be alright in bosses, I think. Like if you're not like going to like super high end push, you know, you're gonna be fine. It's just that you're playing a rogue, and you're also playing a build that doesn't really have like a lot of like generic damage aspects. It's like very CC reliant and stagger reliant. So basically, if you play tiers where you need more than 3 staggers, which is like roughly a minute or so, then you're suddenly not gonna kill the boss anymore very quickly, because a lot of the damage are conditionals. Spiritborn dead already. I'm not sure where that is coming from. Ahuja. Ding, ding. Okay. And here. Ding. I can just do a normal chest. What did I put here? I forgot about Shroud. Very cool. Also fix that. Shroud of Kanduras. Yeah. I think we just put a normal chest. Get some armor. Get some res. Get some dex. Put it in Shrouded. And we're chilling. I guess you could do Penitent. So we could do Slice and Dice, and then Penitent Boots. Do we need that movement speed? Boots, Enhanced Dark Shroud, I guess we do. I think something like that is okay. Funny part is can actually run Might Aspect as well as. Because we have a Heartseeker now. We can actually do that. They changed Cheats Aspect. I actually never saw this new Cheats Aspect as realized. When did that happen? 50% DR and it's doubled by below 50% life. I wonder if we're ever gonna have like a low life flurry build or something like that with a new helm. But right now it's not looking like that. Okay, this is fine. We'll cut up size, because why not? Feels good. Shadow Clone cooldown, Shadow Clone cooldown, Shadow Clone cooldown. I think we would like to do a bit more innovation here. Probably the same here. Double innovation is a giga spam. And it's gonna be fine because you proc Quarks all the time. I also had a chance to restore resource, so maybe it's okay. Kind of forgot about that part. Just the one Shadow Clown. No, it's fine. I think either way works. Okay. Thank you, J-Rockets. Appreciate that. Why do you not use Poison Imbue on Pit Push build on Twisting Blades? You can play Poison in Twisting Blades, but it's like very different build from the Azure stuff. So there's Azure and there's Poison TB. And it looks like Azure actually wins. And it's also just much more chill, so. Where do you get the mercenaries in your first character? If you have never done it, you have to do the Vessel of Hater campaign once. Season starts 7 PM CET tomorrow, yes. Okay. I think this is fine. Let's just do this. I'll probably do like some double checking tomorrow and stuff on some of these, but we've done almost everything now, so it's okay. Just gonna check out the minion stuff, I guess. But I don't think that really changes, to be honest. Everything else is kind of done, so it's fine. The Maxwell plan, I have all the updates live. Yeah, so usually it's like, I think an hour before the launch, we get the data mine. So we still have time to actually put in the right aspects and temperers and whatever on like some of the classes. Okay guys, I need to go. Some stuff to do still, to prep. I'm playing a Spiritborn tomorrow. Do you have any of the boys online? Panda is online. Should raid him. Not sure how much longer, but let's do that. We're gonna play with Panda tomorrow, actually. It's in our team for a hardcore speedrun. Plans at the Touch of Death. Maybe. We'll see. I'll see how much time we have tomorrow. We have the Touch of Death, like, well-cooked guide on Maxwell from Chronics, so, just take that if you want.